Today we will be taking a look at 5 unsolved mysteries that have been caught on camera. Let's get right into the video. Number 5. The British journalist Jackie Sutton arrived at a Turkish airport in late October 2015 to catch a connecting flight to Iraq. Many hours later, she was discovered dead in an airport restroom. Jackie Sutton was said to have committed suicide, hanging herself using one of her shoelaces. This is where things start to get a little odd. According to Turkish media reports, Jackie Sutton was upset after missing her flight because she couldn't afford to buy a new ticket. However, later reports revealed that Sutton could easily have purchased a new ticket. She was found with over €2,000, as well as 2 credit cards. Even more suspicious, another CCTV video, captured just before Jackie Sutton's death, shows her carrying what looks to be a shopping bag, filled with purchases made at the airport's duty-free shop. It's highly unlikely that Jackie Sutton would go shopping right before committing suicide. In an interview, Jackie Sutton's co-worker says that they were talking on the phone the day before the incident. They were planning to get dinner when Jackie came back home. There is something very odd about this situation. So, was Jackie Sutton's death really a suicide, or something else? Let me know in the comments down below. Number 4. Lars Tank. On June 30, 2014, Lars and his friends went on a holiday trip to Varna, Bulgaria. Everything was going great, until one of the last days of the trip, when the friends was watching a football game in a bar. Lars got into a fight with some other tourists and suffered a ruptured eardrum. Because of the injury, Lars was unable to fly, so he couldn't return to Germany with his friends. He rented a room in a hostel in a poor area, determined to wait until his ear had healed enough so he could fly back to Germany. However, that same night, Lars called his mother, saying there is something strange about the hostel he's staying in. He also tells his mom to cancel all of his credit cards and then hangs up, leaving his mom with many questions. 3 hours later, Lars leaves his room in a panic, heading for the airport. He calls his mother again, this time saying that he was being followed by 4 strange men and that he was hiding. 2 hours later, Lars takes a cab and arrives to the airport in the early morning hours. The airport security cameras captures Lars entering the airport with his luggage. But minutes later, he is seen running from the airport in a panic, leaving his luggage behind. Lars climbs over a fence surrounding the airport and disappears into some nearby woods. Till this day, Lars Tank has never been found. Number 3. This next video shows a woman standing in a tree in Pittal village, India. The video description claims that the woman is possessed by a ghost and for some mysterious reason is just standing at the very top of a tall tree. Now, you might think that this video is fake and that it was simply a mannequin that someone had placed in the treetop. But this video is 100% real, and here is proof. Locals claim the woman was able to climb the tree because she was possessed by a spirit. But what do you think? Is this some kind of bizarre stunt? Is the woman suffering from some mental breakdown? And either way, how can she stand in a treetop with no support? The video and the woman's strange ability remain a mystery. Number 2. A man called John Lang believed that the Fresno, California Police Department tried to kill him. He said that they were investigating him after he posted articles criticizing the police department, including claims that the Fresno police was specifically targeting the poor by illegally scanning license plates on parked cars in lower-income neighborhoods. Then, under the cover of a normal police stop, pulling them over a few blocks away. John Lang also claimed that the Fresno police was harassing him, following him, and even tried to break into his home. Now all of these statements appear to be the paranoid ramblings of a tragically delusional man. But it's at this point that the story becomes truly bizarre. John Lang was convinced that his home was being watched by the Fresno police. As a result, he installed a CCTV camera to film the street in front of his house. He captured some very strange, unexplainable incidents. John caught footage of strangers who stopped their car and walked in front of John's house for no apparent reason, and then just leaving. Vans with government plates appeared to be staking out his home. And after John Lang had had enough of what he believed was police harassment by the Fresno police, he filed an internal affairs complaint against the local law enforcement. That night, he received a strange visit from 3 Fresno police cruisers, simply parked outside his home. Multiple officers then got out of their cars and basically just stood around on the opposite side of the street, staring at his house. But most bizarre of all is this clip caught by John Lang's CCTV camera. A black van full of men pull up and park on the opposite side of the street. The van's side door opens, and one of the men begins filming John Lang's house with some sort of a camera that looks like a thermal imaging camera, a type that can see heat signatures through walls and can be used to determine if a person is inside. On January 14th, John Lang began making posts on Facebook, telling people that he believed the Fresno police planned to kill him. On January 16th, he posted yet another warning, and finally another post, asking that anyone who owned a gun please come stay with him for the night, as he believed the bad guys were coming to get him. 4 days later, John Lang was dead. He had been stabbed multiple times in his house, and the house itself had been set on fire. At first, the Fresno Police Public Information Officer announced that John Lang was killed by stab wounds, including being stabbed multiple times in the back. Later, the Fresno police denied this statement. Fresno police claimed that John Lang had taken his own life, that he has set his own house on fire, and that he had then stabbed himself multiple times. Many people still don't believe the Fresno police's version of the event. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section. Number 1. Maura Murray was a woman who disappeared on the evening of February 9, 2004, after a car crash on Route 112 near Woodsville, New Hampshire. She was a 21-year-old nursing student, and since the car crash, she has never been found. Law enforcement believed that Maura Murray intended to disappear, but Maura's family believe she was abducted. Her father in particular was convinced that his daughter had been kidnapped, and angrily referred to the abductor as a, quote, dirtbag in TV interviews.
I think some local dirtbag grabbed her.
On February 8, 2012, just before the anniversary of the disappearance of Maura Murray, a YouTube user calling himself 112 Dirtbag uploaded this video. In the video, he laughs maniacally and then winks before the text, "Happy Anniversary," is displayed. 112 Dirtbag later uploaded another video showing a receipt from a nearby hotel from a few days after the disappearance of Maura Murray. The username 112 Dirtbag is significant because Route 112 is the road that Maura Murray disappeared on, and dirtbag is the term her father used to refer to her abductor. The videos of 112 Dirtbag was taken down hours later. Police tracked down and questioned the man who uploaded the 112 Dirtbag videos. They could find no evidence linking him to Maura Murray's disappearance. 15 years have passed since the disappearance. She has never been found.